On February 16, 2015, following their official separation, Erica arrived at the scene almost immediately after receiving a message from a friend. She entered the residence in a state of uncontrollable sobbing, asserting to the officers present that she had not seen Daniel that day and had no involvement in the events that transpired. However, her emotional response raised suspicions among the investigators. Her swift arrival, intense reaction, and the multitude of unanswered questions contributed to their doubts. The death of Officer Green profoundly impacted the Tulare County Sheriff's Department, prompting his colleagues to question whether his tragic demise was linked to his professional duties or if there were personal factors at play. As inquiries intensified, it became evident that these mysteries needed to be resolved promptly. Investigators diligently pursued motives, connections, and personal conflicts, leaving no detail overlooked. Meanwhile, Matthew and Misty, Daniel's twin siblings, were deeply affected by his passing. They had grown up in Porterville, a small town in California, where both brothers aspired to careers in law enforcement from an early age. Matthew initially joined the police force but later transitioned to a different role, while Daniel remained dedicated to his career, ultimately achieving the rank of officer and taking pride in his vocation. Their sister consistently supported them and felt immense pride in her brothers. Daniel Green was recognized not only for his service in the police force but also for his enthusiasm for motorcycles. He was an active member of a motorcycle club, where he relished the sense of freedom it provided. Daniel's close friend, James Bond Downey, shared a strong bond with him, as both enjoyed taking leisurely rides through the countryside, relishing the freedom their motorcycles provided. Daniel's personal life was quite dynamic. He frequently went on dates and seldom found himself alone. For a time, he would arrive at family gatherings each month accompanied by a new girlfriend. This pattern continued until late 2009, when he met Erica Sandel, a 22-year-old nurse. Their meeting marked a significant turning point in his life, as he fell deeply in love and chose to settle down. By this time, both his brother and sister were already married, while he remained a bachelor. However, his relationship with Erica was unlike any other. He was completely captivated by her. Angelica Ramirez, a close friend of Erica, noted that at the start of their relationship, Erica was profoundly in love with Daniel. Their chemistry was palpable, and they appeared to be the ideal couple. Nevertheless, as Daniel's sister observed, Erica, despite her amiable demeanor, could become irritable if things did not go her way. Over time, this led to mounting tension in their relationship, resulting in frequent disputes. Erica Sandel was raised in Southern California in a middle-class family, where she was the only daughter. Her brother, David Sandoval, recalled that Erica always felt cherished, as her parents indulged her and aimed to provide her with the best. She never faced significant challenges or mistreatment, growing up with the expectation that her desires would be met without hesitation. The unwavering support and attention from her family instilled in her a sense of entitlement. A sense of entitlement and the conviction that she warranted preferential treatment characterized the situation. The surprising revelation of Daniel Green and Erica Sandoval's clandestine wedding in Las Vegas astonished all those close to them. At the ages of 26 and 23, respectively, Daniel and Erica chose to marry without prior notification to anyone. Daniel's siblings were taken aback when they received a late-night message containing a photograph of the marriage certificate. A few weeks later, the couple hosted a modest wedding celebration for their nearest and dearest, during which Erica donned a white dress and Daniel a black suit. However, despite their outward joy, the relationship between Daniel and Erica was far from idyllic. Herb Adams, a friend of Daniel and fellow motorcyclist, recounted an incident where Daniel revealed that prior to their marriage, they had an altercation in which Erica used a razor to damage the furniture in his home. Herb viewed this as a troubling indication that should not have been overlooked. Matthew, Daniel's brother, personally witnessed the destruction and expressed concern, but Daniel dismissed it as merely an emotional outburst. Family conflicts persisted, with Matthew and their sister observing one particularly distressing episode. During a heated argument, Erica sees Daniel, yelling at him in the adjacent room, while his siblings heard him sob uncontrollably. Matthew recalled this as one of the most heart-wrenching moments of his life, feeling utterly devastated by his brother's tears. Nonetheless, intervening in Daniel and Erica's tumultuous relationship proved to be a complex challenge, as the Green family had grown up in difficult circumstances, which Daniel's siblings vividly remembered. Their mother suffered severe mistreatment at the hands of their stepfather, who had a criminal history, frequently abused alcohol, and used illegal substances. Matthew and Daniel, being older than their sister, often bore the brunt of this abuse to shield her from harm. Eventually, their mother succeeded in obtaining a restraining order, and shortly thereafter, their stepfather passed away. These experiences profoundly affected each of them. Daniel's relationship with Erica exhibited troubling similarities to his childhood. Family members observed that Erica exerted control over him, isolating him from friends and relatives while verbally belittling him. Despite being a police officer who frequently dealt with victims of domestic violence, Daniel struggled to recognize that he was in a comparable situation. He was aware that he was becoming a victim but felt powerless to change his circumstances, hindered by fear, shame, and an unwillingness to confront his vulnerability. Men, like women, often refrain from reporting domestic violence for similar reasons. The issues in Daniel and Erica's marriage escalated in February 2011 when a neighbor witnessed a heated argument between the couple. Erica was shouting and provoking Daniel, attempting to push him to his limits. He endeavored to maintain his composure, understanding that losing control could jeopardize his career. At one point, he requested the neighbor to call emergency services to intervene. The police arrested Erica, but despite the gravity of the situation, Daniel chose not to press charges, leading to her swift release. This incident marked a turning point for Daniel, prompting him to conclude that their relationship could not continue. By January 2012, after just 1 year of marriage, he made the decision to end it. Following their official marriage, Daniel and Erica divorced and separated a few months later. Erica confided in her friends that she was expecting a child with Daniel. This news quickly reached Daniel, and despite their tumultuous past, he chose to attempt a fresh start for the sake of their unborn child. They rekindled their relationship and moved back in together. Daniel's family hoped that this time would be different, believing that their previous conflicts would be resolved. Daniel made every effort to foster a peaceful home environment while eagerly anticipating the arrival of the baby. However, the underlying issues persisted. Erica frequently expressed her dissatisfaction to her friend Angelica Ramirez, describing Daniel's behavior as harsh and indifferent, which left her feeling unhappy in the relationship. Angelica recalled Erica mentioning instances of Daniel's aggression, including an incident where he allegedly grabbed her by the neck, leading Erica to fear a potentially tragic outcome. While Angelica attempted to support her friend, she recognized the limitations of her influence. Conversely, Daniel's family and friends noted Erica's aggressive tendencies, citing incidents where she damaged Daniel's belongings, such as slashing mattresses and sofas, as evidence of her uncontrolled behavior. The conflicts intensified month after month, yet neither party sought assistance, resulting in an unstable relationship marked by escalating tension. Despite their attempts to maintain their family unit, Daniel and Erica found themselves trapped in a cycle of conflict, with friends and family observing that their relationship increasingly resembled a destructive pattern from which neither was willing to escape. To alter their circumstances, both individuals concealed their issues and refrained from seeking assistance, resulting in a narrative filled with mutual blame and anguish. On January 5, 2013, Erica welcomed a son named Aiden, and at that moment, their relationship appeared to be on the mend. Daniel was overjoyed at the prospect of fatherhood, feeling a renewed sense of purpose in his life. In a bid to prioritize his family's safety and well-being, he made the difficult decision to sell his motorcycle. This choice, though challenging, was made for Aiden and the stability of their family unit. Daniel shared joyful moments with his son on social media, showcasing his happiness. However, just 6 months later, tensions began to resurface, leading to an increase in conflicts and arguments. Daniel proposed that Erica move out, to which she consented, but she took Aiden with her and severed all communication with him. Stricken by the inability to see his son, Daniel descended into a profound depression and resolved to pursue custody of Aiden, igniting a serious dispute between them. These developments occurred against the backdrop of a troubling incident that had a lasting impact on Daniel's life. Shortly before Aiden's birth, while riding his motorcycle with a friend, Daniel experienced a sudden brake failure. After pulling over, he discovered that some wires had been deliberately cut, leading him to suspect Erica's involvement. Upon returning home, he confronted her, but Erica vehemently denied any wrongdoing, asserting that she would never engage in such actions. Daniel opted not to involve law enforcement or disclose the incident to anyone, as he preferred to avoid drawing attention and further escalating conflicts. Erica was vehemently opposed to Daniel's enthusiasm for motorcycles, viewing them as perilous. Each time he returned from a ride, their arguments intensified, exacerbating the tension in their relationship. The disputes regarding the motorcycle reached a climax following the incident involving the tampered brakes. Daniel recognized that their relationship was becoming increasingly toxic. However, he chose to remain silent, attempting to manage the situation and mitigate the repercussions. After selling the motorcycle and with the arrival of their son, Daniel hoped for a more tranquil family life, yet the underlying conflicts persisted. In the autumn of 2014, while Daniel and Erica were spending another evening together, an alarming incident occurred that left Daniel profoundly unsettled. In the middle of the night, he awoke to find Erica standing over him, brandishing a gun. She informed him that she had experienced a nightmare in which he was unfaithful, and she expressed a desire to end his life to escape the pain of that imagined betrayal. Daniel was able to soothe her, reassuring her that it was merely a dream and that he had never been unfaithful. After this exchange, Erica appeared to relax and lowered the weapon. This incident made Daniel acutely aware of the dangers within their relationship. He confided in friends about the event and resolved to terminate the toxic relationship once and for all. Nevertheless, in January 2015, they reunited to commemorate a significant occasion. At Aiden's second birthday celebration, attended by close family members, Daniel and Erica were observed engaging in a warm conversation, with Daniel even kissing her on the cheek. This led many to speculate that they had rekindled their relationship. However, Daniel was acutely aware that a future together was unattainable, as he wished to avoid the recurring disputes and conflicts that had characterized their past. Following this gathering, he informed his friends about his new girlfriend, a 20-year-old named Brenda Vea, and shared a photograph of them on social media, expressing his joy. He appeared genuinely content, prompting many to believe that he was finally embarking on a more peaceful chapter in his life. Tragically, this hope was short-lived. On the morning of February 6, 2015, after dropping Aiden off at Erica's residence as planned, Daniel went to the gym. Upon returning home after his workout, his life was abruptly cut short. He entered the bathroom, sat down, and was shot 4 times in the arm, chest, neck, and forehead, resulting in his instantaneous death, leaving him no opportunity to defend himself. The history of Daniel and Erica's relationship had been marred by conflict and mutual blame, as evidenced by their text messages, which were rife with hostility. Numerous exchanges were filled with anger and insults, with Daniel accusing Erica of attempting to take away his most cherished possession, his son. Conversely, Erica charged him with selfishness and being an inadequate father. Their disputes encompassed a range of issues, from parenting to personal grievances, with no constructive communication, leading to escalating tension. Yet, unexpectedly, a reconciliation occurred, leaving their friends and family puzzled as to the reasons behind their renewed connection. The time spent together seemed to suggest that they were attempting to revive their relationship. The argument appeared to have ceased, and it seemed as though they had achieved a semblance of harmony. However, this tranquility was fleeting, and soon their interactions reverted to their previous state. The day following Daniel's death, Erica was summoned for questioning. She asserted that she had not visited his residence in weeks and denied any involvement in the incident. Investigators revealed that they possessed surveillance footage from a neighboring property, which depicted her entering the house on the day of the crime. Although the identification of Erica from the video was inconclusive, the investigators opted to employ this information as a means to induce panic in her. This tactic proved effective, as Erica succumbed to the pressure and confessed, even indicating the location where she had disposed of the firearm used in the crime. The prosecutor contended that jealousy and the fear of being supplanted by another woman served as the motive for the crime. Upon her arrest, a note was discovered in her purse bearing Brenda's name and birth year, suggesting that Erica had been preoccupied with her. Daniel's new girlfriend was under scrutiny, with substantial evidence against her. However, the trial did not commence until October 1, 2019, 5 years after the tragic incident. In the days preceding the crime, Erica attempted to reconnect with Daniel, making approximately 170 calls. She had discovered that Daniel had introduced their son, Aiden, to Brenda, and they were spending time together, which drove her to a breaking point. The prosecutor noted that following the crime, Erica deleted numerous messages from Daniel's phone, which included her pleas for him to believe she could change and improve. Daniel, however, had expressed his desire to sever ties and move forward with his life. During the trial, Erica's attorney argued that Daniel had been an abusive spouse, subjecting her to ongoing aggression. Audio recordings of intense arguments were presented, revealing Daniel's insults and threats towards Erica. These recordings played a pivotal role in her defense, illustrating the hostility and cruelty that characterized their relationship. In her testimony, Erica recounted the various forms of abuse she had suffered over the years, claiming that Daniel had physically assaulted her, choked her, and issued threats. She stated that she lived in perpetual fear and refrained from reporting the abuse to law enforcement, believing it would be futile. Erica felt that Daniel, as a police officer, held too much power to expect a fair investigation, and she feared that no one would take her claims seriously due to his esteemed status in the community. On February 5, 2015, the day prior to the incident, Erica reported that she had a phone conversation with Daniel, during which they engaged in flirtatious banter. This interaction instilled in her a sense of hope regarding the possibility of reviving their relationship. The following day, she made the decision to visit his residence to explore the potential for reconnection. Upon entering the house, she noticed 2 firearms placed on the table, which immediately caused her discomfort. Erica then proceeded to examine the house more thoroughly and discovered a partially open safe in one of the rooms. Inside, she found 2 intimate photographs of individuals whom she believed to be underage. This revelation shocked her and raised concerns about Daniel potentially posing a danger to their son. Erica stated that witnessing those images altered her perception of Daniel. She recalled instances where he had made her wear school uniforms and began to realize that his interests might be far more sinister than she had previously assumed. After replacing the documents, Erica heard the sound of a car arriving. It was Daniel. In a state of panic, she seized both loaded firearms and concealed herself in one of the rooms, uncertain of her next course of action. When Daniel entered the house, she could hear him moving through the rooms until he headed toward the bathroom. Overcome with fear, she followed him, still holding the firearms. Upon entering the bathroom, she found Daniel seated on the toilet. He noticed her presence and reacted with anger, issuing threats. At that moment, she claimed to have begun firing the weapon. Although she could not recall the exact number of shots, she continued until she felt the threat had subsided. Subsequently, she fled the house, disposed of the firearms, and attempted to escape. Erica also acknowledged that she continued to engage in intimate relations with Daniel despite enduring mistreatment, primarily due to her fear of his potential reaction to any refusal. She asserted that failing to meet his demands would provoke his aggression, which contributed to her decision to remain in the relationship. She believed that her safety was contingent upon her compliance with his wishes. During the trial, Erica disclosed for the first time the existence of photos she had discovered in Daniel's safe. She explained that she had chosen to remain silent about this during the investigation because she lacked trust in the authorities, fearing they would favor her ex-husband. Daniel's relatives reacted with horror to her allegations and firmly rejected them. Erica maintained that she was concerned her statements would be disregarded or misinterpreted. However, her claims lacked corroboration, as the officers who searched Daniel's residence found no illicit photos or evidence to support her accusations. The prosecutor contended that Erica's statements were fabrications intended to evade accountability. Meanwhile, Erica's attorney sought to cast Daniel in a negative light, highlighting that his phone and computer contained numerous intimate images and videos of adults. Additionally, the attorney pointed out that over 1,000 images had been deleted from Daniel's phone years prior, suggesting the possibility of hidden secrets. Erica acknowledged her fears regarding Daniel and expressed remorse for her actions, apologizing to his family. She conveyed that she never intended for the situation to culminate in such tragedy, attributing her behavior to panic and concern for her son. The attorney contended that responsibility for Daniel's death was not solely attributable to Erica, but also to Daniel himself. They were ensnared in a traumatic relationship from which neither could extricate themselves, leading to a fate that appeared to be tragically inevitable. The jury deliberated for nearly 4 days but failed to reach a unanimous verdict, resulting in a mistrial. Erica's attorney viewed this outcome as a success, as it allowed for the possibility of revisiting the case and formulating a new defense strategy. Nevertheless, Erica lost her parental rights, and Daniel's brother, Matthew Green, along with his wife, adopted Aiden. A new trial was set for 2020 but faced multiple delays due to the pandemic. The most recent hearing occurred in December 2022, yet a conclusive decision remains pending. Erica Sandoval is currently in custody, awaiting trial, where she faces the death penalty if convicted. Attorneys for both parties are actively preparing for the next phase of the trial, which could prove pivotal in this intricate case. This tragedy serves as a poignant reminder of the destructive potential of jealousy and personal struggles when help is not sought and toxic relationships are not ended in a timely manner. Many lives have been irrevocably altered, and an abundance of pain and unexpressed sentiments linger. However, amidst this darkness, there are those who continue to advocate for a brighter future, striving to ensure the happiness of little Aiden. Although the narrative may have reached a conclusion, its reverberations will persist, reminding all of the hidden turmoil that can exist behind the facades of seemingly idyllic homes.